Nancy and Jerry. It is a fireside chat, and the first one is what? Are you guys ready for Atlanta?
Yeah, we're super excited.
And you've never been,
Never been. No.
Jerry? You?
I've been there when I was playing.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, great city, and going there for a different reason this time. We're really excited about that.
I must tell you, when I was with Tom Brady Sr. last week, I mean, unsolicited, right off the, I didn't even have to even just feed it to him. He came right out and said, "Wow, this is going to be Marin Catholic against Sarah High School." How about that, huh?
Yeah, that's right. And I think they might have a little bet going, the schools, from what I understand, little friendly wager on something. But yeah, go figure. You got two kids that are, growing up, 50 miles from each other, and now they're playing against each other in the Super Bowl. So,
Absolutely, and it's unprecedented for the Bay Area to have two homegrown talents going at each other, and I just hope that the folks out there really realize just how special this is. Tough enough to get to the Super Bowl, but you get two guys, Tom Brady and Jared Goff, from the Bay Area. I mean, to me, that's special. Don't you think?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I mean, what are the odds? I mean, for one, to get there, and secondly, to have two kids or from anywhere, I don't care what part of the country you're from, that close in proximity to each other growing up.
Nancy, this is for you.
Okay.
After all these years, I mean, the San Marin Pop Warner football, the elevation of Jared Goff. I mean, can you believe your baby boy
Yeah.
is in the biggest game of them all?
Yeah. It's pretty incredible. A dream come true for him, for sure. Been playing for 16 years, 17 years now, and it's just so exciting.
After the Saints game, did he call? He must have called. Did he call?
We were there.
Oh, yeah, sorry,
We were
that's
there.
right. You were there.
Yeah, we were there.
So there you are in the stands, and the clock hit zero. How many seconds elapsed before you realized, my God, we're going to go to the Super Bowl?
Immediately, when Zerline took the field, I thought to myself, if he makes this, we're going. And he made it, and we're off to the Super Bowl. It's amazing. We're so excited.
Jerry, as a former big leaguer, how proud are you to have just chip off the old block?
Well, yeah, he's a lot better than I ever thought about being. I'll tell you that in his sport for sure. Proud as can be, and to see the progression he's made over the last couple of years and on so throughout the course of his career, college and whatnot. We're just happy for him more so than anything. This community's been so great up here in Novato. Really strong backing. It's really neat to hear all the nice things that people have to say in terms of supporting Jared, and I think it's going to be a great time, and I hope the city of Novato has a chance to watch it and continue to cheer him on. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, in a funny way, Nancy. I mean, you're kind of the you guys are royalty now. You're like kind of like first family of Marin football, having a guy go as far as he has. Huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't say royalty, but it's pretty special. Yeah, it's really special to, like Jerry said, the support from Novato, Marin Catholic, everyone around here has just been incredible.
Have things been just a little different? Maybe you go shopping, kind of walk around, and people are like, "Oh, there's Nancy Goff."
I think people recognize us a little bit, probably just from being in the county for so many years. And yeah, I mean, every day that we go somewhere, someone comes up and just congratulates us, and they're so excited to watch Jared and just thrilled for him.
How about you, Jerry?
Yeah, we've been here forever in Marin since we both went to Santa Fe High School, so we know a lot of people in the county just from living here. But there is a little different feeling when you're lucky enough to have a family member or kid go play on the biggest stage in the biggest game. So there is a little different feeling, of course, and we embrace that. It's great.
One of the things that really just kind of sticks out to me for as long as I've known Jared, and I don't know what side of the family this comes from, but no matter what is happening, he's always like this. It's amazing. I mean, where's that come from?
Go ahead.
I don't know. I was talking to a friend last night, and I think it comes from growing up as a kid his dad played in the major leagues, and just seeing that this is possible, even when he was young, thinking that this dream is possible. And I think as the moments become bigger, he becomes calmer. And I've seemed to see that throughout the games. Like in the bigger moments, he's even more calm.
Hey, when I see Jared, especially when he's chased out of the pocket. Now I'm not saying he's there yet, but you look at the number 16, the build. When he runs to his right, the first thing I think is, wow, that's kind of sprint right option, just like Montana. And the way he lets it go is deliberate. Jerry, does it kind of remind you a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's been documented enough that he wears that number because of Joe Montana. Growing up a Niner fan, we put that on him as a little guy. We have pictures of him when he's really little with number 16 Niner jersey on. But somebody did send me a picture a while back of the side by side. I'm like, wow, the resemblance is unbelievable. If he can do just a fraction of what Joe Montana did in his career, he'll be successful.
And we were talking on the phone just a few days ago. I mean, you even said it yourself, man. Who would have thought a few years ago that we'd be sitting here talking about this, huh, Jared?
Yeah, the way it started off, the whole first year didn't go as expected, and a tribute to Jared and, of course, the coaching staff and the players that they brought in L.A., Les Snead, the general manager, all that stuff to build some really good players and great personnel to teach them around the quarterback has been great, and everybody can see that. It takes a village, not just one person, to get to this platform.
Nancy, and I know, like I'm married to one. I mean, moms are protective of their sons. So I mean, this could not have been fun for you to hear the negativity that first year when he was struggling, could not win a game as a starter. How tough was that on you?
Honestly, when it, I didn't know that the first season went as poorly as it did. I still don't think it went that poorly when you take into account all the different factors. And as a mom, I look at it through rose-colored glasses, probably.
Well, you just don't want him to get hurt.
Yeah,
either,
I don't want him to get hurt. But I didn't know it was that negative until really the second season started. And then once things started going positively, it all went up from there. But yeah, it's hard to hear anybody say anything negative about your own kid, and especially when they attack his character or anything like that is a little hard because I know
they don't know him.
I know what a good kid he is. Yeah. So that's hard, but you get through it. A lot of positives go with that, right?
Yeah, and then boom, McVay comes in. They go 11-5, Jerry, and as a professional athlete, I mean, did it seem to you like the game was slowing down a little bit? That Jared was just kind of getting it, so to speak?
That always happens to players in their. Hopefully, that happens to players as they get acclimated to that league. But I think more so than that, they were able to bring in an offense that was conducive to his skill set, and I think you're starting to see that a little bit more in the NFL. It's not so much. This is the system we're going to run. You either get it or you don't. I see these young, innovative coaches coming in and using a little bit of the college system, as well as catering to the strengths of your team, whether it be the quarterback, the running back, or whatever is going to make you better, instead of force feeding you something that may not be conducive to your strength.
Yeah, college system meaning the spread. I mean, look at these quarterbacks already. Mahomes today. I mean, they all have mastered the spread offense. And I got a story for you. His last practice at Marin Catholic, I just was out there with my little that very camera, and I was shooting him, and he was making all the throws, and I was standing on like the 30-yard line. And he looked at me and he said, Mr. Glenn, he called me Mr. Glenn back then before I corrected him and said, no, I'm Vern. But he looked at me and said, this one's coming to you. Just want to let you know. I was like, oh, okay. So I moved my camera about 5 yards back to the 25. Son of a gun, that next throw, you could hear it on a rope. Bam! Right to where I was standing. I was like, man, this guy has got some arm strength.
Yeah, well, he's fortunate enough to have that for sure. I don't know if it was inherent or, I always try to teach him, play long toss, and it's good for your arm health. It increases your arm strength.
Well, you were a catcher. I mean, you could gun it to second base.
But he can got a little bit of that from me. It's a little bit of strength.
He's being a little humble.
Yeah.
What's the best thing he got from you, Mom?
From me? I'd like to think some of his calm, collected. Well, people would laugh at that because I'm not very calm and collected during the games while I'm watching him. But I think not a lot rattles me, and I think maybe he gets that from me. I would hope he gets his kind ways. I don't know. What do you think?
His good looks.
Yeah.
Good answer, Dad.
Thanks, Vern.
Good answer.
Yeah, he gets most of it from Jerry. I mean, all the athletic stuff, obviously.
Kind ways. It reminds me. There's the story. One of his offensive linemen had a son who had a fish, pet fish, lost a fish. Jared goes out and buys a guy a new fish tank and a new fish.
He picked the little Whitworth boy up at school and drove him to the fish store, picked out a couple new fish, Goff and Gurley, and a fish tank. I mean, that kind of stuff means more to me than anything he'll ever accomplish. I mean, I'm so happy and thrilled for all he's doing on the football field. But when you hear comments like that from his players, his, people who know him really well inside the, the Rams rooms, it's amazing. And it's that means more to me than anything, just knowing what kind of kid he is.
All right, a few more with the Goffs, and then we're going to let him get out of here to hopefully pack for Atlanta. Jerry, what's the best advice you've ever given your son?
I try to keep it simple with him. I just say hard work. I think that sums everything up, and I think that most guys at that level would understand that. If you work hard and do the best you can on a daily basis, good things are going to happen. And you know what? If they don't, you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I did the best I could. So I think the work ethic is something I hope I instilled in him. And, just how to be a professional, how to handle yourself, maybe a little bit around guys a little bit older than you, bits and pieces like that. But in terms of, anything other than that on the field, like physically what he does, he's so much further beyond anything I could teach. So that was back when he was a little guy.
Nancy, we'll get out of here with this one. This is a fun one.
Okay.
What's been the biggest perk of being the mother of an NFL quarterback? Biggest perk.
Biggest perk. I
think I know the answer, but you go ahead.
Okay, I want to hear your answer after. I would say just enjoying the ride with him, just watching your kid fulfill like such a lifelong dream. Other perks. What were you thinking? I
was thinking right away. I was thinking, and Arnie's gonna be jealous of it. The Taylor Swift concert, going backstage and meeting Taylor Swift.
Yes.
You know how many millions of people want to actually meet her?
You're right. That was a big perk. That was a really big perk. That was awesome.
And you got to meet Ellen DeGeneres. That was a big one.
And we got on the Ellen show. Yeah. Those are great perks. But those are like little side things. But really the biggest value, the biggest thing for me is just watching him do something that he's worked so hard at. And it's just been incredible. Yeah, that's for me. Those things are just like side, but really fun things. Yeah.
I can tell, Nancy, you're the planner in this one. In fact, the story goes you sometimes even pick out Jared's clothes when he goes to the game. Is that true? Is that
Vern? How do you know, Vern? That's exactly right.
Well, some games, I help him a little bit, but
right.
He always has an idea of what he wants to do, and then I just help him like throw it together and get it in the suitcase and ready to go.
So as the planner, I think you're in control of the itinerary. When are you guys headed to Atlanta? What's the plan?
We are headed there Thursday morning.
Okay.
Yeah, Thursday morning. We've got Jerry's parents going with us, and several members of both families are headed over there, and we're going to have a good time. Yeah, our daughter and son-in-law, and
you got to get all the Goffs there as many as you can.
Of course, we're excited.
Do you think there might be a chance that you'll run into the Brady family?
I would love to. Yeah,
would that be great?
Yeah,
I would like to see that photo op.
Yeah, I would love to. Talk to his mom and see how she weathered all the good, all the bad, and all that. Yeah. They seem like a really nice family.
Yeah, if you think about it, Nancy, Galen Brady going to her 9th.
Amazing.
So 9.
Yeah.
And they tell me that, it's really hard to get the whole family together. Mm-hmm. So now the only time all 6 of the Brady can get together is
at the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. Isn't that something? They can't plan, not the holidays.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Well, they've got to do it quite a bit. Almost half of his career, right? He's been there. Pretty impressive.
Well, at least for the Goff household, maybe this is the start of something.
Maybe it's a new tradition. Yeah, we'd like that.
That'd be great. All right, Dennis. Hey, just a few minutes with the Goffs, Jerry, Nancy. Boy, I was with some proud folks last week, and a week later, the smiles are just beaming. Let's go back to you in studio for game day.